What's up guys, Jim here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to Daily Dose of Transfer Gossip. And today is Wednesday, the 2nd of August. And we've got a lot to get through today, so just before we get started, as always, you can show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. Remember, 1,000 likes is the target for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notification tab next to it to receive notifications about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, what are your thoughts on what we saw yesterday during Foot Live? And if you've got no idea what Foot Live actually was, it's a live stream by EA Sports showing off FIFA 18, pack animation, card design, and icons. Also a lot more on top of that, including gameplay, and if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend going to watch it, and the icon stuff, honestly, is so damn good. But anyway, let's get back onto the topic of transfers today and move on to confirmed deals. And the very first one is a goalkeeper called Lamprou going to Ajax from Willem II on a free transfer. Another player from Ajax yesterday getting a new contract is Veltman, getting a new deal until 2020. He's followed by Woudenberg. He's joined Heerenveen from Feyenoord for an undisclosed fee. The next up, we've got a centre mid called Badu going to Bursaspor in Turkey from Udinese on loan deal. And Bolton got two players on loan yesterday from West Ham. The very first one is a defender called Reece Burke. They also got a player called Cullen, both on loan for the season. Brazilian striker Leo Bonatini has joined Wolves in the Championship from Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League on loan deal for the season. And to be fair to Wolves, building a very solid team for next season. Then we move on to Frank Tabernou going to a team in France called EA Guingamp. I've probably said that wrong, so sorry if I did, but he's joined them on a free transfer from Swansea City. And now we've got three Man City players, all of which are going to the same team in Spain on loan for the season. I think right now, they actually got a partnership with a club, which is Girona FC. The very first player is Alex Garcia. He's followed by Marcos Moreno, who he signed last summer. And I believe last season he spent out on loan to Deportivo La Coruña. I'm not sure how much he played. And the third player is not FIFA 17 right now, but it's a new signing from this summer called Douglas Luiz. He joined Man City this summer for a fee of around £10.2 million, I imagine will be one for the future. Then we got on to a Brazilian centre-back called Eli, not sure I say his name, going to Alaves in Spain from AC Milan for £2.55 million. I think last season was on loan there. A CDM called Diusi has joined Saint Etienne in France from Empoli for £4.25 million. And he is followed up by a double signing for Sevilla, and the very first one is a return to the club, Jesus Navas, on a free transfer from Man City. They didn't renew his contract, so it's a free transfer like I mentioned, and the actual unveiling of him was very strange on Twitter. And the other signing yesterday is going to be Simon Kjær from Fenerbahce, and to be fair, right now, he's not fully passed the medical, but he has arrived in Spain to take it. And the final one is going to Kelechi Iheanacho, finally going to Leicester City. So it's been a while now, there are a lot of complications in this deal itself, but he's actually pictured yesterday having his medical at Leicester. So the fee is £25 million, and City apparently have insisted on a buyback option worth £50 million. You've got to assume that Iheanacho at Leicester City, he'll be getting first team football every week, and to be fair, if he starts scoring like 15 goals whatever a season, in the long run it could be worth it for City. But to be fair, the clause itself might only be active for a couple of seasons. But next up, we got to potential deals. The very first one is involving Newcastle United. So according to the Daily Mirror today, newly promoted Newcastle risk missing out on £17.5 million rated Benfica midfielder Andreas Samaris. I know it's in the potential deal section, but right now, looking very unlikely. Next though, gone to Ashley Cole, formerly of Arsenal and also Chelsea. And according to Sky Sports today, Ashley Cole has confirmed he would consider a move to Birmingham City in the Championship from LA Galaxy. I know Harry Redknapp did say he wants to sign Stuart Downing, Ashley Cole, as well as Robbie Keane. So three very experienced Premier League players potentially going to the Championship. But next up, we move on to Timothy Fosu-Mensah of Manchester United. And according to Hertfordshire Mercury today, Watford want Timothy Fosu-Mensah on loan from Manchester United. And a decision will be made after the Super Cup final against Real Madrid. For his development overall, he needs to be playing more first team football pretty much every single week. And at Watford, I'm not even sure he'd be a guaranteed starter, but he'd get a lot more first team football there if he was to stay at Old Trafford, and he can play right back, I believe, as well as CDM. And now we've got a story from the Manchester Evening News saying, United made an inquiry about Anderlecht midfielder Leander Dendoncker, but they're not expected to sign the 22-year-old this summer. So overall, quite a pointless article, as it just like Matic. But to be fair, he might be an alternative. Next up, we got to Negredo, and according to AS today in Spain, Valencia striker Negredo is set to sign for Turkish club Besiktas, and that is despite interest from Swansea City as well as at Leeds United. Next up though, we got to Fernando from Man City, and according to BBC Sport today, Fernando is on the verge of joining Galatasaray from Man City for around £4.7 million. I can't remember how much I actually paid for him. I think it might have been £17 million, I could be wrong. And next up, according to Mediaset Premium, they say Inter have decided to keep Perisic, who of course right now is a massive Manchester United target, but instead sell Candreva, and the 30-year-old has interest at Chelsea and it costs around €25 million. The whole Perisic to Manchester United stuff honestly has dragged on for so long now, so it wouldn't really surprise me if he does stay at Inter. Next up, we move on to Kasper Dolberg, and according to Extra Bladet today, I'm not sure that source is actually from, they said AS Monaco are willing to pay Ajax around €45 million for Kasper Dolberg. And the reason for that is because they see him as a potential replacement for Kylian Mbappe. So if Mbappe stays at Monaco, I don't think it will happen, but maybe next year it could be on the cards. And Mbappe, if he has one more good year, I think he'll end up being a Galactico. And just imagine, Mbappe scores like 20 plus goals next season in all competitions and also plays really well in the Champions League. How much will he cost next year? And to be fair, that Neymar deal to PSG, if it does go through for €222 million, the Mbappe fee, it could increase just because of that. And next up, we've got Porto's Andre Ondro, apparently could be on his way to Nice in France, although the two guys are currently at a standstill when it comes to the arrangements of the deal, according to Nicolas Villas. The player seems keen to move to France, but Nice are looking for a loan with the option to buy, whereas Porto, they want to sell the player outright. He's a versatile player because last season he played 25 games in the league for Porto, playing 5 different positions. Many people look at this transfer as a potential replacement for Jean-Michel Seri, but for the moment, it's just Nice trying to bolster their midfield. So from one player potentially going to Nice, now we've got a player potentially could be leaving them very soon. So according to TMW today, Inter Milan are said to beat Premier League side Arsenal to sign a Nice defender Dalbert for £17 million. Although according to a local paper called Nice Matin, they're reporting a breakthrough in the Dalbert deal to Inter. It will cost them €25 million in total, 20 million up front and 5 million bonuses. And Nice is still looking to spend some money this summer, but linked to Nasri from Man City as well as Mehmedi from Leverkusen. Next though, go on to Thomas Lemar, linked to Arsenal so much this summer, but according to Daily Mail today, Arsenal's move for Monaco midfielder Thomas Lemar is now on hold because unwanted Arsenal stars refuse to pay pay cuts to leave. In the article itself, it does seem they're referring to Jack Wilshere and Kieran Gibbs, but honestly, Arsenal, they won't have to sell them 2 players to bring in Thomas Lemar. And if anything, it's just Monaco not wanting to sell another player because so far, Bernardo Silva, Benjamin Mendy, Bakayoko, there's probably a couple more I've missed there, and they've lost some important players, so keeping Lemar is very important. Next I've gone to a very short one today according to ESPN, linking a player to Arsenal, and that one is going to be Jean-Michel Seri, who I mentioned earlier. So it literally does say Arsenal weighing up a move for the 26-year-old Nice midfielder, Seri. He has got a €40 million release clause and also into Spurs as well as Roma. Next up, we move on to Andre Gomez, and according to Markete, Barca are looking to potentially sell Andre Gomez just 1 year after signing him from Valencia. And in regards to his time at Barca, probably the less you say about it, the better. Some places are saying that Barca may offer some cash as well as a player for Coutinho from Liverpool, to which being Rafinha, as well as Andre Gomez himself, but apparently Liverpool Echo are saying Liverpool are not interested in either of them. Sky Italia are saying that AC Milan are making progress with a deal for Chelsea striker Diego Costa, and it is likely he'd go to Milan on loan until January, then after that, sign for Atletico Madrid on a permanent basis. A lot of places are saying Diego Costa won't be going back to Chelsea this summer for pre-season training, and Milan until January, it could be a very good option for him. Next up, we've gone to Matuidi, a very short one today, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, but Juventus target Matuidi could be available for as little as £13 million. And the reason for that is because he's got 1 year left in his contract at PSG, but in this market, 13 mil, that doesn't get you much. And basing off what I've seen personally of him, as well as what I've read about him last season, he didn't have a fantastic year, but for £13 million in this market again, it's not a risk at all. And it would be a much cheaper option compared to Emre Can as well as Steven Nzonzi. And now we've gone to Neymar, and another couple of updates regarding his move to Paris Saint-Germain. So first up, there's no medical in Qatar this week, according to L'Equipe and Le Parisien. Reports in Qatar were saying have a medical there, but apparently no, he'll have one in Paris instead. And comparing 2 different sources, the first one is RMC. They're saying PSG want Neymar done and official in the next 36 hours. L'Equipe though are saying a deal might not be official until Monday. So it does seem it's not about if, it's about when. I mentioned a couple of days ago, Neymar's dad does actually receive a loyalty bonus now from Barca of about £23 million because his son, he stayed there until after July 31st, but according to Marca, they're saying PSG will give his dad 35 mil, so in total, over a couple of days, he can earn £58 million. And Mundo Deportivo is saying Barca will be interested in one of 4 PSG midfielders in a possible part exchange deal for Neymar. The first one's Di Maria, Julian Draxler, Rabiot, and Verratti, of course. And the Independent are saying that Barca are lining up a move for Borussia Dortmund forward Ousmane Dembele as well as Juventus striker Dybala. And the reason for that is because potential replacements for Neymar, but I mentioned before Dembele, he'd be the perfect fit. And there was a video from him the other day in training having a fight with a teammate, but apparently it was absolutely nothing. And according to reports, Dembele has said he's happy to stay at Dortmund. So that could be one to watch out for, but now we're finishing things off on a very short one according to Express today, and that's Eden Hazard linked to Barca. And if Neymar does go to PSG as expected, Barca think Chelsea could consider selling Hazard for the right price. Barca are being linked to so many players, so Hazard, I don't think it'll happen. But that is going to be the final one for today's video. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show your support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. Remember, 1,000 likes is the target for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notification tab next to it to receive notifications about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, what are your thoughts from Foot Live yesterday in regards to FIFA 18? Say thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.